What's up, Motor Freaks? We are at our second day stop on our honeymoon journey. And yesterday we went to a great lake, Lake Erie. And today we're at a different lake. Probably can't see that.
Probably not. The blue dot is us.
The blue dot is us. We're up by Niagara Falls. And we came to another great lake. What is it?
Lake Ontario.
Oh, Lake Ontario. So now we're here at Lake Ontario. And when we get out of the car, I will show you. And it's pretty cool. It's another big lake. You can't really see it. Well, you kind of can see across it.
Yeah, that's Toronto over there.
You can kind of see some buildings off in the distance, but then you look off to the other side and it's just water forever. Okay, I'm going to get out and show you. Oh, I told you we'd be back. Okay, here we are. This is Lake Ontario. Are y'all ready for this? Check this out. Oh no, that's Kathy, sorry. Okay, here we go. Lake Ontario, Canada. Oh, Canada's over there. That is Toronto, Canada. I know y'all probably can't see it too good, but it is. It's Toronto, Canada. And there's people out in boats. Wished I was. And it's not as windy here today. But right over there is Toronto. This is called Fort Niagara, where we're at. And you can see right there, it says Fort Niagara. Pretty cool place. Let's walk down to the water's edge.
Hi.
Okay, we're down at the water's edge. Check this out. I wish I had a fishing pole. Oh, look, you can see the fort thing over there, baby. Look. Look. If we swim across right here, we would be in Canada. We would be in Toronto. If we swim across right here, we would probably die.
Hi.
It would be bad. Pretty cool. This is Lake Ontario from the U.S. side. This is about as north as you can go without going to Canada. You notice that? So yeah, we're about as north as you can go unless you're out in the water. Because somewhere out in the water is like an imaginary line, I guess, or buoys or something that shows, you know, where, like, if you cross a certain line or something, you are in Canada and you can get in trouble. But anyway, wished I had a fishing pole. I'd do some fishing. I bet you could probably catch a bunch of stripers up here. Don't know. But anyway, this is Fort Niagara where we're at today. And we'll see more of that here in just a minute. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. told you guys we was going to be coming to a really cool place to show y'all. Check it out. There it is, the old Fort Lighthouse. Unbelievable. Pretty cool. Show more about it here in a second. There's a whole lot more to see here. And there's the old lighthouse. Did it start a cannon?
Oh my gosh. This is huge. The French castle's way down there.
French and Indian War. War of 1812. Alright, check this place out, guys. All original, built in when?
It spans more than 300 years.
300 years.
The fort's commanding presence on the Great Lakes caused it to play a critical role in the French and Indian War, the American Revolution, and the War of 1812.
Wow, let's check it out. 1678 to 1759. And they didn't open the fort until after 9 a.m. So they couldn't fight until after 9. See that? Yeah, they couldn't fight until after 9. Check this out. Wow. How they used to raise the bridge. Those counterweights go way down in the ground. Look, it's the Jones Crest. 1759 to 1796. Here, get a picture. Let's see, these may be original stairs. Oh, wow. It's not very bright up here. There's more up top, baby. Oh, wow. Can you imagine how loud it would be firing off one of these under this? That's an itty bitty baby cannon.
Wow.
This building right here was built by the British. Held 7,000 barrels of food. This building here. Built by the British. this is inside the fort.
The French erected this building, which survived the siege of 1759. Learn its history from the audio unit inside.
Okay. You know those French people, they're short anyway. Wow.
The original stone carved in there.
1957. I'm retarded. I said 1775. It's called dyslexia. Anybody got a light? Hope this will pick this up, being dark in here. But this are powder kegs. They go boom. Big bada boom.
Was constructed by the French in 1757 as part of a 2-year expansion program that transformed Fort Niagara from a small frontier outpost to one of the most formidable fortresses in 18th century North America. The design of the enlarged fort and the powder magazine itself was based on European models. While many powder magazines in North America were constructed at least partially underground, Fort Niagara's new magazine was built entirely above ground to lessen the chance of the gunpowder becoming damp and less effective. If you compare the size of the building when viewed from the outside with the size of the interior, you will realize that the stone walls of the magazine are about 4 feet thick. Overhead, the space between the outer roof and the much lower interior ceiling would be filled with dirt. In case of attack, these features make the magazine bomb-proof, protecting the up to 50 tons of gunpowder that could be stored here against a direct hit from an explosive artillery shell.
This is where the food was stored. That's where they bake the bread. It is. They put it in. It's on a little conveyor inside there, and it goes. You get people out here, and you have to turn these, and it takes the bread through down here to the bottom, and it comes out the bottom. No, I was wrong. It comes out the back. Yeah, that's what it is.
The British built this structure to replace a French bakery destroyed by fire.
I told you it's a bakery.
Are you? No.
Yeah, it's a bakery. I told you. You have to turn these little handles over here, and it takes the bread down, and you get it out this side.
Are you kidding me?
LaSalle. Say that right? LaSalle?
Mm-hmm.
He was an explorer that established this fort when?
1679.
1679.
The first fort.
The first fort here.
You actually do this stuff.
Yep. Wow. Old bakery. That's for beating people in the head if they get too drunk. The French castle. Hamburger. No hamburger.
Do you think we just slept on that?
I doubt it.
Then what are they?
That's the food troughs. Whoa, that goes way down there. Look at this well. There's still water in it.
You were
Oh wow.
someone going out to cut furs, you would also carry along with your patch kits, where you would just appreciate a rock, and then you'd pull off to the shore, you'd stitch on the patch, pine kitchen,
Yeah.
and be on your road.
So a can of pine pitch and it's patch.
Yeah.
That's just like a bicycle patch. Carefully. Very good. Oh, very interesting. Yeah, I wanna go too.
Oh, it's just a big dining hall. Catch anything?
That breeze feels amazing.
Yes, it does.
Get that off my head.
I'm not videoing you. Who would have knew 300 years later, I would be looking out this window seeing people fish.
Cognac?
This is the kitchen. Does that say cognac?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, get drunk in here. French military kitchen. Guess that's where like a general aid. Yeah, this dude.
Exhibit is aligned. If you climb in there, it goes off.
Welcome to the Commandant's quarters as they appeared in the early 1750s. The Commandant was usually a captain in La Compagnie Franche de la Marine, the French colonial infantry. He was responsible for defending the fort against attack, negotiating with Native Americans, supervising the fur trade, and maintaining the condition of the fortress and its garrison. At Niagara, he also had to oversee the condition of the portage road around Niagara Falls. Officers were usually drawn from the Canadian gentry and often followed their fathers into the military. There was a wide social gulf between the officer and the enlisted man as reflected in the items displayed in this room. Not only did the officer have private space, even at remote wilderness outposts, he had the ability to bring along personal furnishings and other possessions like books, silver, and china. The adjacent room to the east is the officer's dining room, and the small
It's the officer's dining room.
used for storage, and as an office.
Oh, God. This room was used for storage, it said. Oh, wow.
Officer's room. Guess that is where they sleep.
Welcome to the upper guard room, the Garde du Corps. The French soldiers who lived here in the early 1750s were part of the independent companies of the Navy, les Compagnies Franches de la Marine. The fort's small garrison of 30 to 40 men protected French interests in the Niagara region, including the highly competitive fur trade. Most recruits for the independent companies came from France, where they signed a contract for a minimum 6-year enlistment. Soldiers were supposed to be at least 16 years old, but many recruiters bent the rules to accept younger men.
Hmm?
So typically I'd be manning out our cannons, but we're also trained with muskets and as an infantry soldier. Since we are soldiers still, we always have a musket on us just in case we need to use it. This musket in particular is more typical with the British. I stole it from them. It's now mine. This musket is a Shortland pattern brown bess. It's a 75 caliber musket and it typically shoots a 69 caliber musket ball. The reason you shoot a 69 caliber musket ball at a 75 caliber barrel is so you can reload faster. The reason you want to load faster is the way battles are fought. You're big long lines of men, 3 back and firing at the same exact time. Because the more guns, the more musket balls you have going down the same target. At the same time, the more likely you are to hit something. Because as we know, these guns aren't the most accurate. They're only accurate out to about 100 yards, but they could wound and kill a human at about 300 yards. But it's just not as accurate out there, so that's why everybody shoots at the same exact time. The British, they were required to do that. Since they had a smaller military, they had to shoot faster as a requirement, so they can make up for their size with number of rounds they put out there. So they're the fastest shooting military at the time. The way it works, you have a piece of flint back here. If I pull a trigger right now, is anything happening?
No.
That is on the half cock position, so it's basically the safety mechanism of the day. So I can pull a trigger all I want and nothing's gonna happen. When I pull it back to full cock and then I pull the trigger, the hammer flies forward, strikes on the steel plate, and when it strikes the plate, it hopefully creates sparks. Those sparks can hopefully go down to a pan where there's a small charge of gunpowder, and it hopefully ignites that gunpowder. And that hopefully travels through a hole inside the barrel called the touch hole, and it hopefully ignites the rest of the powder inside the barrel. Now, what word did I say a lot of there?
Hopefully.
Yes, but if there's a second thing we know about these, they're not the most reliable. Mostly, that's because of the black powder. The black powder is not like to go off in sun, rain, sleet, snow, wind, any day, any week, any month, any year, any time. It only goes off about 80% of the time on the perfect day. So if it doesn't go off first try, don't let it be too hard. The way a soldier will load for an American, the first command would be to open pans. So bring the gun down, open up the pan. They then reach back in their cartridge box and grab a cartridge. A cartridge is just a paper tube full of gunpowder. This is about a third of the size of the charge that there would have been in there, and there would have been a musket ball at the bottom. The reason we don't have a musket ball in here today, insurance companies don't like when our guests go home looking like Swiss cheese. And now here's the part where soldiers are recommended to have at least 4 good teeth, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom that line up. I did what you're not supposed to do and I got a mouthful of gunpowder. I recommend it, it tastes great. So now I'm going to sprinkle a little powder into the pan to prime it. I'm going to then shut the pan securely in place. And now I'm going to bring the gun to my side and pour the rest of the powder with the cartridge down the barrel. Remove the steel rammer and ram the cartridge down. And most importantly, I'm going to remove the rammer because as much as I would like to turn those British pig dogs into shish kebabs, they won't return the rammer being like, here, you lost something, so then I'll be stuck with a very expensive stick. And the reason we ram the paper down with the charge and all the gunpowder is basically acts as a wadding. So if you aim downhill, gravity does not happen, and your musket ball and powder do not roll out, and you're not left looking silly. So for the Americans, after you reload, you go to the shoulder, letting whoever in charge know that you're ready for the next command of make ready. So you bring the gun to your side, take a step back, and pull the gun back to full cock. The next command would be to take aim, just get aim at your target, and finally fire. So if you don't like loud noises, your ears are sensitive to loud things, and that'll be the time to cover your ears. In 3, 2, 1. Then bring the gun back down and start the reloading process immediately because you don't have to be told. So as you notice all the smoke that made, times that by 3, then times that by about 1,000 and add dozens of cannons going off at the same exact time. That'll be your battlefield. It's going to be a smoky mess. So what do you think is going to be better to have, a dark or a bright uniform?
Dark.
Dark? You would think dark. Why? So you can hide?
I would say bright so you don't get shot.
Exactly. If you have a dark uniform, yes, you'll be hiding for your enemies, but you'll also be hiding for your own troops behind you. And if all they see is a line of men, they're going to shoot at them, thinking that the enemy, they're not going to think twice, and they're going to keep shooting until you're all dead. So you want a uniform that stands out. Yes, I may have dark colors on me, but I also do have bright cuffs with, that's red, and I have gold lace on my coat, so that people know that I'm the artillerist and who I am, for what country I'm serving, so my own troops don't shoot at me. Now, like most other militaries at the time, the Americans have a second weapon in their arsenal that goes with the musket. Probably the best weapon to use and the most effective.
Bayonet.
Bayonet. The bayonet is a triangular bladed weapon, so when it stabs, it creates a triangular shaped wound, which itself is very difficult to stitch up. But to make that worse, only a tip is going to be sharp, the rest is going to be dull, tearing the wound open, making it even harder to stitch up. But to make that worse, do you notice how it's still off to the side of my barrel? I can still reload and I can still shoot with the bayonet on. And as we know, battlefields aren't necessarily clean, so they're going to be covered in rust, and if it's on when I shoot, it's going to be covered in black powder residue, which is made out of 3 components: sulfur, which you may have smelled, charcoal, and the explosive part of saltpeter. Saltpeter is made by boiling cow poop and urine together.
Wow.
Would you like to be stabbed by that? Neither would I. Neither would your enemies. They know what goes in it because they have it as well. So the way the bayonet was basically used to end the war on their own terms. Because if you get charged, do you think you're going to run or you're going to fight?
I'd say fight.
Yeah, I'd say fight.
Seek a therapist.
I should get a run. I think the Americans ever ran.
Seek a therapist, you will need it. You'll need a doctor. If you run, you will be able to live as long as you don't come back. But if you fight and don't run, you will get stabbed, left there to suffer, and as an example to the rest of your troops. And it's not going to feel pleasant at all, and you're more likely going to die. So if you run, you get to live. If you stay, you die. So some other thing about the bayonet, it turns a shooty thing to a shooty stabby thing. And the way the bayonet ended battles in the 19th century is the way that in musket demonstrations came Old Fort Niagara.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great. So now I know. Next time I'm running.
Yeah. Okay, so we've seen all of the fort here. Did you like the fort?
Sure.
Okay, sure. All she says is sure. Anyway, so this was one part that we wanted to show everybody that we came to. And it looks like it's probably going to rain over that way. I can't tell if that's a ship or...
That's a ship. Cause
You think it is?
Yeah, I watched it move.
Oh, wow. Okay, it's a big ship. This is Lake Ontario, right?
Yes.
Lake Ontario. Niagara Fort.
And it is cooling off.
Niagara.
Like it's gonna rain.
Niagara Forge. See that over there?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's the cannonball.
It does feel like it's blowing in some rain. Down
Yep.
the lake.
Yep. All right. So when we get back with you guys, we're going to be at another spot here in Niagara that nobody's ever going to figure out why or what it. Nobody's ever going to figure out what it is. You know, we are in Niagara Falls.
Why does
So
my phone say Rogers up there?
I have no clue. Okay, we'll see you all here in a little bit.